What's up, YouTube? So in today's topic, I'm gonna talk about how lonely it is, how lonely it is to be at the top or to reach towards the top when you're trying to reach success, when you're trying to become an abundant, or like you're just trying to be the best person you can be when it comes to success, when it comes to your career, when it comes to all areas of life. To be honest, it could be spiritually, it could be with your health, it could be with making money, it could be through your career, it could be through your job, it can be anything. If you want to become above average, if you want to become great at what you do, even above average, you're going to experience a lot of loneliness and isolation. It's just how it is because people, there's a saying, a lot of people are average. There's a saying, there's a 1% for a reason, because a lot of people, they're not willing to go into great lengths into becoming great. When it could be through anything. It could be through their career, through their job, through their passions, through health, through spirituality, through fitness. People aren't willing to take that extra step and to become above average and to become great. You know, it's not easy. Like, I struggle with this shit a lot. It's not easy. It's hard because obviously, well, one, it's hard to even take the actions to even become great and above average because it requires a lot of discipline. It requires a lot of self-control. It requires a lot of mental strength and fortitude and persistence and grit. And it also requires a lot of, you got to be emotionally strong too, because you're going to deal with a lot of isolation. This is why a lot of people don't want to go there, because not too many people are doing it. Like I said, if it's easy to reach to the top, a lot of people will do it, but a lot of people aren't at the top. A lot of people aren't making, we don't have enough millionaires or billionaires. It's very rare, right? Or even above that, it's just people call it the 1% for a reason, because it's not easy to get there, and some people don't want to even attempt or try to get there. But when people do try to attempt to get there, they either fall short, but they still reach success, or they'll just quit. You know, I'm more so talking about people who don't want to even reach it, or people who quit. You know, because even if you do aim for it, you're still successful. It's just the fact that you're even trying to become that part of that 1%, or just you're even trying to become great. You're still successful even if you fail, because you're not really failing. You're still reaching success. But forget that. I'm just talking about how lonely it is to reach towards the top. It's extremely isolating. You're gonna experience situations where you don't see eye to eye to people, or like you don't relate to people, or you just don't get along. Not even get along with people, but you just don't resonate with people. Like, you two are gonna be vibrating at a different frequencies. You could be vibrating here, and a lot of people you come across with, it could be family members, it could be friends, it could be coworkers. They'll be vibrating over here. You'll be vibrating over here, and a lot of other people will be vibrating over here, and it gets very lonely. So this is why you gotta act a certain way to when you interact with people, or like you'll attract a lot of hate, you'll attract a lot of jealousy, because it's not easy trying to reach to the top. It's very isolating, it's very lonely. And like, I feel like throughout my life, I've dealt with this throughout my whole life, where like I'm trying to become above average. I'm trying to go above and beyond, but I'm not able to meet like-minded people who view the things how I view things, who want more out of life how I want more out of life. I haven't met no one in person, no one, only a few people, but that's it. And even then, it's very temporary, and you two are going to go on to different paths, you know. I met people that are on my level. I don't mean that in an egotistical way. I mean that like in a way where like I want more out of life, or like people who have the same mindset as me through online. But even then, it's through online. It's not through in person. And as human beings, we need that connection. We're built to have to be. We're built to socialize. We're built to have that human connection. So online doesn't mean shit, to be honest. Only a little bit, but not as much in person, in my opinion. But and I feel like no one really talks about this as much. When you're trying to reach success, when you're trying to go above and beyond, it's extremely isolating. You're not gonna resonate with people. People aren't gonna resonate with you. People are gonna look at you like you're an outcast. You're gonna feel outcasted, because when you're trying to put in extra work at your career, at your job, and that's the thing, we're trying to reach to the top. It's going to require a lot of perseverance, persistence, and a lot of effort and a lot of hard work. People say, "Oh, work smarter, not harder." That's bullshit. Yes, you can work smarter, but it still requires hard work. You still need to put in a lot of effort. You know what I'm saying? You can be the most talented person, but it still requires hard work. You still need to bust your ass off. You know, talent can only take you so far. If you're talented and you reach to the top, you're gonna meet other people that are also talented. But the difference between you and these people is that these people bust their asses off and work extremely hard, and and that's gonna show while you're just talented, but you put in no work, you haven't busted your ass off, and they're gonna they're gonna outwork you, you know. And then that's how you're gonna fall. That's how you're gonna reach your downfall. But again, it's extremely isolating. It does, and there are times where you're gonna reach a lot of ups and downs. There's gonna be times where like you feel like you're going crazy. There's a times where like you're gonna have to sacrifice a lot. You're gonna have to sacrifice hanging out with certain friends or family members. You're gonna sacrifice certain pleasures you want to experience, like anything, because anything that feels good, anything that's pleasurable in this reality is actually bad for you. When you enjoy eating junk food, cookies, chips, cake, candy, all that shit is bad for you, but it feels good in the moment. Having continuous sex, having smoking, drinking, doing drugs, being lazy, sleeping all day, not doing shit all day, all that feels good, right? It feels amazing. It's addicting to feel that. It feels extremely good, but yet it's bad for you in the fucking long run. And that's the thing with this. That's the thing with this reality. When you work out, at the gym, when you lift weights, when you go for runs, when you stretch every day, when you take care of your body every day, when you hold yourself from sex, when you hold yourself from addictions such as smoking, drinking, when you eat a clean diet, when you eat fruits and vegetables, all that shit is hard. It takes in energy. It takes discipline. A lot of people could do it 1 day, 2 days, but imagine doing it as a lifestyle. That takes a lot of hard work. You know what I'm saying? Not even with that, but just that too. But like, it could be anything. It could be through studying every night, doing your homework every night, trying to get that degree every night. You know what I'm saying? It's extremely hard. It's not easy. It's extremely lonely. In my opinion, you can't really balance between having a social life and working hard. You can, but not as much. Either or is going to be more than the other. If you want to become great, you have to sacrifice connections. It could be friends, families, coworkers. It could be through anyone, and that's one of the things no one really talks about when you're trying to reach to the top, when you're trying to become great. It could be through anything. It takes a lot of sacrifice, and you're going to reach a lot of loneliness and isolation, and you will go crazy. This is why it's important to have faith. This is why it's important to get closer to God, or not even God, but like anything you believe in. If you're religious, if you're not religious, anything you believe in that motivates you, or that gives you faith, or that makes you have that vision. It could be through any motivation. Keep that. Stick with it. Especially when you're trying to reach to the top. It's always important to have that tunnel vision, because it may not look like you're going to reach it. It may not look like you're going to get the results. No one's going to believe in you, or it's rare for someone to believe in you. Even if they do, they're not going to understand to where you're coming from. They're not going to get you. You're going to feel outcasted. You're going to feel different. People aren't going to relate what you're trying to go after. This is why it's called the 1%. This is why it's called above average, because damn near 100% of people are average. Above average, that's above 100% of people. You're part of the 1%. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call it above average. And even if they do try to understand you, they can be very genuine. Like, maybe their intention isn't to hate you, but they're still not going to understand why you're trying to get that, because you're going above average. You know, so this is why it's important. If you believe in God, I'm gonna use God as an example. If you believe in God, keep praying to God, keep being closer to God, keep reading a lot of Bibles, and have that vision, have that faith, and eventually you will get it. And that's the thing. If you're trying to become great and try to be above average, it is accomplishable. It is reachable. You will get it. It depends how much are you willing to sacrifice yourself? How much are you willing to be disciplined? How much effort are you willing to put in? How much faith are you willing to put in? You know, how much strength, you know, and that's and not only that, but how much pain are you willing to endure, to tolerate when it comes to success. It is lonely at the top, but it is reachable. That's why it's important to love yourself and even surround yourself with people who believe in you. And even if they don't believe in you, always have that faith within yourself. This is why when you're trying to reach to the top, you got to have that self-love within yourself. You got to love yourself so much to where it can be no one that believes in you, but you love yourself so much where you have that tunnel vision, where you have that faith to where no one can really fuck with you, and you'll eventually get it. And if you are trying to reach for that, you will get it. And you if you feel like you're alone, if you feel like you're going crazy, if you feel like you're trying to reach the top, but like no one understands you, or like no one relates to you, you're not going crazy. It's just you're doing the right thing. It's just those are the side effects of trying to become great. Make sure whatever you believe in, make sure you believe in it. Keep having that faith. whatever you love or whatever inspires you or motivates you. It could be through watching YouTube videos. It could be through studying your favorite athletes. It could be getting closer to God, or all of it. Or it could be a certain family member or a certain girlfriend or boyfriend or a certain person that motivates you. Go to that person and use that as your stepping stone to motivation and to keep you consistent. Always have that faith. Always have that tunnel vision. And like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one. I'm out. Peace.